Here at Pedro's Auto Body, we have the most professional paint booth with natural wind flowing technology. Alright, so I messed this up on my first attempt, but I'm pretty happy with the results now. So before you tell me I'm terrible at painting and call me a bunch of mean names, I was just having fun, and learning is part of working on a car sometimes, so maybe this will help someone else learn how to do their paint and body work, and you can learn from my mistakes. Today I'm going to try to fix the paint damage on my front bumper from the pit bull chewing on it. And you can see the teeth marks in it. So I think what happened is I probably had some small chips in the clear coat, normal stuff like this. And then you can just see where the pit bull chews on it. So this is a project that I'm doing just because the Advanced Auto Parts was closing and I got a really good deal on the paint. They had Honda silver and Toyota silver and Chevrolet silver, but they didn't have any Volkswagen silver, so I think this is a pretty good match. I mean, it's good enough for me. So the goal today is just to fix the rub strip right here. I'm not going to try to fix this. This is just clear coat damage and little rock chips like this. We're not trying to repaint the whole bumper. It is getting sort of bad over here. Hola, Scooby-Doo. But we're just trying to fix where the dog was chewing on it and the black marks. Zero clue what I'm doing here, but we did buy some 1000 grit sandpaper and we got some tape, and we're gonna tape it off and just do like a small section and try to blend it. And we're not gonna paint this, not paint any of this. Don't pay attention to this hood damage right here. Definitely not from an accident. We caught the tape thief right here. Look at her. Scooby, put the tape down. Good girl. So if you look at this one close at the bottom here, that's a run in the paint already. So this has been touched up before. Probably after the accident. There's another run right there with something under it, it looks like. That's a run. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can't blame this on me. We're just trying to touch it up a little bit better. There's another run, so it doesn't look bad when you're driving towards me. And I don't want to paint the whole rub strip because I don't know how good this paint is going to match the bumper. So I don't want it to look terrible, but I guess it already does look terrible when you're up close with the camera. So we're not going to hurt anything here. It's already chipped and running. And then at the end, when I take this tape off, all the paint and clear coat's going to come off and it's going to look 10 times worse than before we start. I was blaming the pit bull for ruining my front bumper when it was a painter. The last guy who painted it ruined it when he put those runs in there. I would use newspaper or some other material, but I don't have any. I had no idea that there were already runs in the paint when I started this, so I'll probably scuff that with some sandpaper. This sandpaper is really not aggressive enough to take out the last painter's runs, but when I take the tape off, I'll just have a bunch of square patterns so it'll look like the Urban Dazzle camouflage. So I've relocated again back to some ultraviolet rays, and it looks so good right here and right here that it looks better than down here with all these rock chips. But I don't think it would be the right move to try to paint the whole bumper, because I don't think I could get that mirror gloss that we're getting down there where you can see the flowers on the ground. This is just scratch and nick and chip repair. One problem with finding a Golf to do the front end swap, or even another Jetta bumper, is a lot of times they have holes drilled in the front for the license plate, whereas we have what they call a holeless front bumper. So I got distracted and started raking leaves 10 feet from my auto body shop, because here at Pedro's Paint and Auto Body, we care about contamination-free work sites. So I'm pretty happy with that. The only thing I guess I would have did differently is probably left those spots alone, the really small ones, but because now they're bigger spots that are just a different color paint. It's not perfect, but the whole front bumper's not perfect. Thought I was being attacked. Progress update 423. We got the bumper masked off. So this is how I should have did it the first time, but I'm an idiot, so. I was going to get some more aggressive sandpaper when I went to town, but I didn't want to spend any more money on it. Alright, so it did just click in my head that blending means sort of blending and just overspray and fade into the existing paint, which is kind of what I'm doing down here now. I was thinking, I don't want to paint this, I don't want to sand it, but how can I blend it in? And you can't just put a tape line there, we already learned that doesn't work. But I think we'll be able to hide our mess up from before, and we're just going to throw this whole can on there. It says it covers 12 square feet, we'll pile the whole can on the 1 square foot. But I think we'll be alright. You can see by the tape I'm just kind of lightly going over, didn't really put any down there. So maybe we learned how to blend paint. When I first got this car, the spoiler looked kind of bad because all the clear coat was peeling, but it looks better. So you just chip all this clear coat off and then it'll have a way better patina. I'm just having fun. It was a cheap, easy $10 car project, and those little black spots on the front bumper were really starting to bother me. We're not going for show car quality, and if you're new to my channel, a lot of people don't know that I used to have a Mark V R32, candy white, and I would take that car drifting in the snow and to autocross racing, so. I'm not gentle on the equipment, and this car is going to get banged up and it's going to get dents, and we're going to make mistakes, and that's just part of life. But so we used pretty much the whole can. You can tell we're starting to dent the bottom, we're shaking it so hard. We'll get it put back on the car tomorrow, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out really good. Sometimes in the middle of winter you got to do what you got to do to get car projects done. So it's going to be 46 tomorrow, 11 degrees cooler than today. It's 47 right now. So we might as well go out and put the front bumper back on in the dark instead of doing it tomorrow. It's just going to be colder. So it's 9 p.m. We have the front bumper off, still taped up. We're going to see how fast we can get the tape off and put the front bumper back on. It only takes a few minutes to get off, but it's kind of difficult to put back on because I don't take this front grille off, so then you have to kind of hold it up while you're like putting the bumper in place. And we remembered our safety foam. So we'll get this set in place. Of course the bumper's in the way. Lift the grill up. Get it up under there. Then you have to go over to the sides. Get your light plug in while you have enough room, but don't drop the middle down. What are you doing? No. Come here. Come here. Stop. So we've got the front bumper on, 9:27. But I got distracted with the dogs. They started barking at the coyotes, and then I had to give them treats. And those coyotes either took off, or right now they're sneaking up on us. So the next project might be a skid plate or a belt tensioner. I still have to take the belt tensioner off to investigate that that's what's making the noise before I order one. We got 185,000 miles on the factory timing chain, so we have to do the timing chain, and I'm feeling pretty positive about the Jetta in 2025, and hopefully we can do a lot of car projects.